Hi, my name is Nikki. I'm the Obsessive Bookseller, and welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk about Bachelain and Korbal Broach. These are companion novellas to Erikson's Malazan series. I will be discussing them following the Malazan Ultimate Reading Order. So following that order, I have read Blood Follows, which is number 1, The Lees of Laughter's End, which is number 3, and The Worms of Blearmoth, which is number 5. And I've heard from a few people that they really aren't worth picking up in the whole scheme of the Malazan experience. And I can see why they say that, but here is why I like the fact that I've read them. Blood Follows was the shortest of the 3, and by far my favorite. It was an excellent introduction to these characters. And it also showed me that Steven Erikson is capable of writing content that is not dense and ambiguous. So what he's doing to us in the main Malazan series is on purpose, and I am both wildly impressed and highly irritated at that. It was a very straightforward tale. I thought the characters were so fascinating and what was going on so interesting. And a few things happened that were wildly against my expectations, which I always love it when books can surprise me. Even if you're not a completionist like me, and you want a little bit more rounded Malazan experience, I would pick this one up just because it introduces the characters really well. Now, The Lees of Laughter's End, I really loved the setting, and it was sufficiently spooky and creepy without being over the top, and just so freaking interesting. These characters are enigmas. You have no idea what they're going to do. And so seeing the drama play out on this ship was easily the best part of that novella. Now, I have a really hard time with the absolute ridiculous in books, and for me, this one got a little too out there. I can still appreciate it for what it was, but I did not enjoy it as much as I think I could have. But I think a lot of people who like Lovecraft and other sci-fi, fantasy, horror stuff might appreciate it a little more than I did. It did have a lot of dark humor, like really dark humor. I appreciated that aspect of it. And speaking of ridiculous, Worms of Blearmoth like really jumped the shark for me on what was possible in this world. And I'm not sure it did it in a way that I enjoyed. It was really far-fetched, like really out there. Now, a lot of weird stuff has happened in the Malazan series so far, but this one felt quite out there. But I enjoyed the characters. It's unlike anything I've ever read before, which is definitely to its credit, and it left me feeling overall quite satisfied that I'd taken the time to pick them up. Now, is it worth it in the sense of the Malazan as a whole? Well, I've already started book 3, Memories of Ice, and these characters have been introduced very much in passing. And for me, the fact that I know so much about them already makes me so excited. As a completionist, I really love the fact that I can appreciate these characters because I have more backstory from them. And side note, one of the main complaints about the Malazan series is you get all these characters thrown at you where you feel like you are missing something about their backstory. Nothing is explained. And I think that's part of the beauty about sticking with the series, because as you get further along, you have more of a backstory from these characters because you've spent time with them. And I am just at the point now where I'm starting to appreciate everything. But yeah, I kind of wish little novellas had been written like this for all of the characters in the Malazan series, because then I would have felt like, oh yeah, I know these people already. Something very important to point out though, are these novellas worth it considering how expensive they are? The completionist in me would tell you yes, but everything else in me would tell you it is not worth the high price point for these novellas. Books 1 through 3 are in a collection, and they're like $16 or $17 for just the ebook. That's astronomical. And The Worms of Blearmoth, just one novella, ran me at least $12. And this is the point where I curse myself for being a completionist for instances like this. So if I'm going to pay that much money, I'd rather have at least a physical copy with me, but I went the ebook route because I wanted to get it started sooner than later. And I don't know what's going on behind the scenes that would cause them to need to charge that much. I'm sure there's a legitimate reason, but from simply a consumer standpoint, that was a little high. So keep that in mind if you're planning to go the Ultimate Reading Order route. Blood Follows, for me, got a 4 out of 5 stars. The Leaves of Laughter's End, probably a 3-star. And The Worms of Blearmoth, probably a 3.5 star. But with that X factor, and the knowledge that what I'm reading here is going to positively impact my enjoyment of the Malazan series, my perspective on it probably made it clear as mud on whether or not you should read it. But I can't wait to dive deeper into this world, and I will be reporting my progress as I go. Onward with Project Malazan. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to catch you next time.